What she tracked down in her authority guarantee is, lacking critical mineral stores or sensible provocation to apply the cost of terraformation. Anyhow, of her not exactly uplifting morning evaluation, Larry made and bid to officially name the star's three worlds Lou, Morgan and Ashley, easily after three separate sincere successes she was seeking after. While the UAE government has no way perceived these names, and they've no way been astronomically employed, Larry said before her demise that every one of the three of the namesakes were moved by the stir. As of late, NTx has acquired some redundant mileage as a trip frame for Vittles set out toward the synthworld design, and that implies there can be a huge credit worth of freight traveling through the frame at any one time. Limited compass thievery is entirely anticipated, floated by the frame's call, and explorers are advised not to transgress down from the standard space lanes during trip of the frame. NTx, the primary Earth in the NTx frame, is a coreless, heat-tidied world that was sometime in the history got of important minerals. Not long after the frame was set up, a normal review uncovered the presence of high-grade essence underneath the Earth's face. When news spread, the Earth shortly turned into the focal point of colorful mining tasks, and in nearly around 50 times, the Earth was primarily deprived of its means, its material cornucopia transferred off to Killian to help with furnishing the realm's developing conflict trials. By 2630, NTx had been for the utmost part deserted and little evidence of mortal home remained. NTx, a smoggy, ruined world, NTx was formerly viewed as an edge case for terraforming. Thick waves of sharpened carbon dioxide encompass the world, and the Earth is actually wavering at the internal edge of the frame's green band. By the by, a serious report was led concerning whether it veritably well may be made tenable. The outgrowth was that it would be suitable, still it would bear expansive exertion and give minimum in the system of gains. EVA in the factual world is deadly, anyhow if weather trippers are shielded from the destructive factors, they won't be suitable to work in the high-pressure air. Glacium ring space gemstone belt and De La Mar, a thick space gemstone belt, circles NTx's star at roughly 12 astronomical units. While the space gemstone field has seen some mining, it's for the utmost part known as a generally excellent spot to keep down from undesirable consideration. An obscure number of little agreements have been laid out on space jewels near and are home to a multifariousness of fringe pilgrims looking for anything from life outside the UAE to a stage from which to work outside the law. Ban attacks in the frame, generally led against the trans-synthworld delivering paths, are accepted to work out of bigger bases in the field. The point of these agreements is De La Mar, the biggest of the space jewels. The size of a little planetoid, De La Mar is concealed nearly down in the Glacium ring. Home to an old mining office that was deserted by the first miners when they could not make plutocrat, Individualities Coalition moved by and named it Levski after an old Earth progressive. Nonconformists of the UAE's Messer time, Individualities Coalition changed De La Mar into a seedbed for political crazies and hostile to UAE feeling. While Individualities Union has taken on a more idle job in late history, Levski actually draws in a lot of politically disapproved of gatherings that are sufficiently similar to live independently, still unique enough in their objects so they get nothing achieved. Throughout the long term, a felonious element has likewise taken up home then, despite the fact that the political activists have tried to smother it, feeling that culprits sabotage their communication about standing establishment against the defilement and guiltlessness in the UAE while likewise making their original area an ideal for government strikes. NTx 3, the last Earth in the NTx framework, positioned not indeed close to the daylight, is an ice leviathan. A monstrous pack of frozen water and smelling mariner's cloud, NTx 3 has just seen negligible acid birth inferable from the dangerous work conditions in the Earth's dangerous air. Trip warning: while Levski's insulated spaces are available to guests, they truly do ask that callers keep the law of decides and moral that they have laid out or take a chance with the inhabitants' wrath. As the signs that drink every one of those that land on De La Mar say, anyhow if whether you cannot help contradicting us, you'll regard our right to life. Heard in the breeze, we, Individualities Partnership of Levski, are committed to the creation and continuous enhancement of authentically populist original area, where all sentients may have a good sense of security and allowed to communicate studies while supporting each other towards the collaborative ideal of illuminated independence. Individualities Conspiracy, Advertisement of Plan, 2,655 inches. To fully comprehend Levski, you should visit the hand-cut form of Anthony Tanaka, the sprat whose demise turned into a marshalling week for the countermeasure development. While there are different numbers of Tanaka in the UAE, none are as faultlessly dull and rebellious.